Kāinga Ora has announced it will allow wool carpet providers the chance to tender full supply of carpet and underlay in its homes. The Government Housing Agency has used nylon carpet due to, they say, its durability and price for more than a decade. And a previous request for proposals confined bids to synthetic carpets, not even allowing wool to compete. Housing Minister Chris Bishop has welcomed KO's decision to get back to the market to seek bids from all carpet suppliers, saying while it remains essential that Kāinga Ora delivers homes as cost effective as possible, it's only fair that wool products are given the chance to compete for government contracts on an equal footing with nylon carpet suppliers. The minister said there's a commitment under the National New Zealand First Coalition Agreement to direct government agencies to prefer wool where practical, and appropriate. The government is currently working through the finer details of this. Now, Kāinga Ora says the new RFP will be to supply floor coverings for 2,650 new homes and 3,000 renovations between now and June next year. So, it's a big contract, a lot of coin. Federated Farmers has welcomed the decision, with Meat and Wool Chairman Toby Williams saying it is cause for celebration. And he joins me now. Toby, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leah.
Well, congrats. Good news. Happy?
Yeah, really happy. And all we've asked for is that they be able to compete. It becomes up to those companies who produce the wool carpets to be competitive. But this government's gone on a cost-cutting measure, and Kāinga Ora had made a decision assuming that wool was going to be more expensive than nylon, but they didn't actually know because they didn't test the market. And with the ability to test the market now, we can also make sure we've got good value for taxpayers.
Well, you are right. There was a government directive to push their agencies to prefer wool where practical and appropriate, as I said. Is wool carpet, though, both of those things, Toby, because these aren't going in, these will be going into homes that get a lot of wear and tear, and in some cases not treated very well. And these wool carpets not going into leafy Remuera homes that just have a couple with a hypoallergenic designer dog that gets groomed weekly in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there is. And so we have talked to the likes of Greg Smith at Brentworth. They said they've got these heavy-duty carpets which will match the durability and performance of those nylon carpets really well. And the bonus of that is actually they're not treated with chemicals when you put them into the house, so they're flame retardant. They're actually going to be better for those people in there. So we need to be looking at a whole suite of issues for these people. I mean, typically they're low socioeconomic, going into Kāinga Ora homes. We can make sure that they're healthy. We know that health is a massive cost for everybody, and wool can help to deliver some of that, as well as the environmental benefits of less microplastics going into our environment.
What are some of the benefits of wool, Toby? I know it's a natural product. We've had wool carpets in our house. Can you throw a couple more out there?
Yeah, well, obviously the big thing is it's flame retardant, and it's low allergen, and it is sustainable. When we harvest wool off a sheep's back, it goes and gets washed, and it gets carded, spun, and dyed and turned into yarn to make into a carpet. So, and I think one of the other big really benefits of it is that if some of those fibres out of that carpet make it into a waterway, and a fish or a bird eats them, then there's no ill effects on those animals at all. They'll digest it. They may get a little bit of energy out of it, but it'll biodegrade naturally into the environment, as opposed to the plastic, which are almost forever.
What though of the negatives that I do know that wool carpet can easily stain? You can and I'm guessing a few things will get dropped on these carpets. And whereas synthetic, it seems to you can clean a bit easier. Has wool changed over the years?
Yeah.
Is it stain resistant?
Well, I think we've got to remember that nylon carpet is dyed as well, so it's solution-dyed nylon that goes in. So it does hold stains just as well. I think what we're going to look at is what sort of carpets are you putting into. You've got to put in darker colours. So if you're going to drop something on there, you've got less of staining and those sort of things that go along with there. And there is going to be some more care, that's going to be required compared to a nylon carpet. But we shouldn't look at that as a negative, considering the environmental and health benefits compared to the plastic carpets.
Kāinga Ora is nearly 12.3 billion in debt, and the government has cut 435 million from their house building program. So I guess, and you touched on it, it's now up to the wool carpet providers to make sure their proposals are competitive. Toby, is that going to be hard? Because we are, to be competitive with synthetic, are we talking big drops in prices? I suppose you probably won't know. It's up to them, isn't it?
Well, it is up to them, yeah. And I have spoken to two of the main ones in terms of Wool's New Zealand and Bremworth, and both of them think they can be pretty competitive. They're not going to make a lot of money out of it, but what it will do for strong wool farmers is it uses a lot of wool, takes the bulk of our wool out of the auctions. And the auctions what have been causing us issues in terms of just the low price for farmers. When we take some of that volume out, it's no longer going to market. We are helping support farmers in that way and hopefully boost the rest of our prices. But also we're going to obviously deliver warm, safe, comfortable homes for people, which would be amazing, rather than importing oil-based products.
Can we just do a little bit of a subject change here, Toby? Last week I spoke with Animal Justice Party's Danette Werita about the ongoing investigation from MPI and also other institutes looking into alleged mistreatment at 34 farms across the country against sheep, particularly in the shearing shed. I know you'll be all over this and aware of it. What would you like to say about that?
I think the first point is we acknowledge that MPI is currently investigating these instances, but we certainly don't think that the behaviour that we've shown in those videos isn't appropriate in a shearing shed or in any shed for that matter. Animals should be treated with respect and should be looked after. And I think a key point is that we shear sheep because they're supposed to be revenue positive. We're supposed to gain money from shearing those sheep. For the fine wool guys, the merinos, they do. For a strong wool at the moment, we don't. But that they are part of our business, so we need to make sure we treat them with all the respect that they're due. It's really unfortunate, but it's also a wake-up call for our industry that we need to ensure that we're doing the best by our animals and the people we employ to ensure they've got the appropriate training. And we've got standards set that we expect those people to be adhering to them.